This podcast is brought to you by Los Negros Tequila. Organic, agave, and smooth. ¿Qué pasó, mi gente? It's Antonio, the Cuban Cigar Smoker, and welcome to my podcast, A Good Cigar is Like, coming live from one of the most incredible private lounges in the country, the library. Stay tuned. A cigar is created with three types of leaves. We start off from the inside with the filler. The filler is the inner core, the stuffing of the cigar, made from a blend of different cigars or different tobacco that determine the strength in the body and the overall complexity of the cigar. Then we move to the binder. The binder is the leaf that holds the filler tight. Then you have the wrapper. The wrapper is considered the artistic part of a cigar. Any person that rolls cigars around the world will tell you this. 65% of the flavor of the cigar comes from the wrapper. It's the most beautiful leaf on the cigar. The great thing about cigar smokers is that we all have the same thing in common. We all have a good story about smoking a cigar either with somebody or somebody teaching us how to smoke the cigar or how to pair the cigar. And just so you can see what I'm talking about, check out the Terminator himself, Arnold Schwarzenegger. And this story he tells us about tequila and cigars.
Then I took the cigar from the humidor and the guy took it out of my hand and he says, whoa, whoa, whoa. Before you go and smoke this cigar, let me do a little bit of spicing it up. He took a cedar from the humidor. He went and he poured some tequila and took this cedar, went inside the tequila and started stroking the cigar. What he did was he rolled it, he lit it. He went through this whole song and dance. Then he grabbed it out of my mouth again. And now he took it and he put it into the tequila. Just like that. And I went, oh my God, I just learned something in 1989, and since then I've been doing that for guests. You have to admit, that's cool.
Since we talk about big hitters like Arnold, I might as well tell my story about smoking with Michael Jordan. First time I met Michael Jordan, I was in Cabo. A good friend of mine took me to they call it the executive board meeting. So we at the executive board meeting, and when you go to these events, Brand Jordan sends you a list of things that you have to do or you cannot do while you at these meetings. So what I did not know that it wasn't in the list is that I cannot just grab a cigar and start smoking before Michael Jordan. So we at Cabo, beautiful seating at night, going to dinner, all these athletes, everybody from Brand Jordan and their guests and family. So I see Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo, hey, Cuban, what's up? Then he's coming in with Jimmy Butler. Hey, Cuban. So we standing there, we talking, and Carmelo says, hey, man, you seen those cigars? Man, we should smoke a cigar. We go, we grab a cigar. I'm lighting up my cigar. I'm standing there, minding my business, smoking a cigar. The last person that comes is Michael Jordan. So Michael come in, everybody saying hi, and he happens to stand in front of me towards my right. But I'm smoking. So then Chris Paul comes in, other athletes I know come in, and they say, hey, Cuban, how you doing? How you been? Great to see you. And then Michael Jordan is like, hey, who is this guy? Who is this fat guy that all of y'all talking and saying hi to? And then they say, oh, that's Cuban. He does radio in D.C. So he says, okay, whose guest is this? And they're like, oh, that's Rip Hamilton's guest. He says, let me tell you something, buddy. Nobody smokes cigars at the beginning of the event until I lit up my cigar and started smoking my cigar. So he says, who gave you that cigar? How you got that cigar? I said, well, I was standing here with Carmelo and I don't know where he went, but Carmelo decided let's smoke. So I smoke. He said, oh, Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo, come here. Let me talk to you. We got scolded by Jordan, but then after that, it was an incredible weekend in Cabo. We all smoked. Everywhere we went, he had cigars laid out, cigars in your room, cigars at the golf course, and it was perhaps one of the greatest moments I ever had smoking a cigar. So yes, I had a cigar with Michael Jordan. Now, before I go, make sure you tell somebody about this incredible podcast. If they're trying to learn something, or they want to hear a story, or they want to see what I stole out of the internet. But before you go, here's the sexy smoker of the day.